young people survive the dangers of growing up in America's toughest inner-city neighborhoods, their immune systems learn to cope with and adapt to a very high level of stress. And this could make them less vulnerable to disease. Of course, they're still at risk from drugs, homicides, even suicides. And it'll take more than a strong immune system to control and combat these social ills. But one way to reduce the risks, psychological, social, and physical, is to help them get control of their own minds. That's the purpose on an experimental program at Dorchester High School in Massachusetts, a new program that's based on the ancient principles of meditation and prayer. From the halls of an urban high school to the mountains of Asia, there's a connection that offers new possibilities for emotional and physical healing. It seems that if you can cope with the stresses of the inner city, the chances are that your immune system won't be damaged. But being a teenager in the late 20th century is stressful in itself. Is there anything teens can do by themselves, for themselves, which can give them a sense of control over their own lives? Such questions prompted a significant experiment at Dorchester High School in Boston.
Let the lines around your eyes soften.
It's an experiment based on a technique that's thousands of years old.
Your mouth perhaps might go into a slight smile. Relax the jaw. The jaw takes a lot of tension. Let it go. Just feel your jaw relax. Now let your shoulders relax. Oh, let them go. Drop them. Feel the chair against your back. Feel how it supports your back.
The students are being taught how to take control of their own lives by relaxing and creating a peaceful state of mind. They're learning how to become less vulnerable to stress.
Making a mountain of your body. You're as still as possible. Let's continue to breathe deeply for the next minute or two.
Our minds and bodies have a natural ability to enter a peaceful state in which the heart rate and blood pressure are lowered, breathing slows, and tension ebbs away. Humankind learned the power of peaceful concentration long ago and far away. As far as we know, it has always played a part in spiritual practices like prayer and meditation. We are in northern India on the border with Tibet. This Tibetan Buddhist monk is just starting on the path of prayer, preparing himself to be a hermit. He's not much older than the seniors at Dorchester High School. He's following in the footsteps of monks like Yeshe Topten, one of the thousands of Tibetan Buddhists who fled to India when the Chinese invaded their homeland in 1959. Yeshe Topten has dedicated his whole life to prayer, meditating each day from dawn until night.
I have been here for 23 years. The reason for my meditation is, through meditation, one can purify one's mind. I am here meditating to purify my mind.
The young monk is following a 2,500-year tradition of prayer, contemplation, and loving compassion for the world.
Take 3 more deep breaths and prepare to return yourself to the room. and open your eyes. What do you think the benefits are of doing this?
I have a real bad temper, and like when I'm at home, I'll go in a room and turn on the radio, put the tape in, just sit there. And one time my sister came in the room and she was all shaking me, and then when after I finished, my mother and them told me, I was like, your sister went in there, she said you wasn't moving. I was like, I was focusing on relaxing and everything, calming my temper down. It was like, it really works. Because I said I changed that. I don't have my temper's not as bad as it was.
The mind is powerful, really powerful. You know, there's such a thing as psychosomatic illnesses. People who get ill physically because their mind keeps going and going. Now, what we have to learn to do is to calm the mind down. Okay? And if you calm the mind down, then the body will follow. Right?
Lamont, we're going to measure what's happening to your body when you practice the relaxation response. And this red cap here, along with that instrument over there, are going to measure your brain waves. And what the computer is going to do is to take those 16 brainwave signals and turn it into a color picture of your head. We call it a color topographic map. These sensors on your fingers
Studies show that these techniques can relieve pain, improve response to stress, and even reduce dependency and addiction. Remember, it's not the equipment that will change Lamont's body. It's his mind. The technology will reinforce the effect by showing him how well he's done.
Relaxation response is not a technique, but it's a bodily state that's opposite to the stress state. And there are many different avenues into it. Meditation is one.
And then I'm going to turn your tape on and let you listen to the relaxation response tape for about 10 minutes.
And what we found that those eliciting the relaxation response had two significant psychological changes. One was that their self-esteem markedly increased, and secondarily, their so-called locus of control shifted from external to internal. That is, they were more concerned about their own thoughts rather than about what others thought of them.
Take several long, deep, slow breaths, not forcing your breath in any way, but allowing your body to begin to let go of all tension. Tell your mind that this is a time for a break, and allow your mind to become totally absorbed.
These are the waves of electrical activity in Lamont's brain as his mind sinks deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. When you practice meditation in a large group, the results are even more powerful. Several times a year, the monks at the monastery of Bir on the Tibetan border come together for a ceremony of music and prayer that lasts 5 hours. The effect of the sound alone is hypnotic. It brings them literally into harmony, altering their state of consciousness, enabling them to see the world a different way. Up here in the town of Dharamsala, life is filled with prayer, whatever age you are. Prayer wheels at the temples are kept ceaselessly turning, by young people and by old. The wheels are like a giant communal set of prayer beads. Older people are not rejected in society. Their job is to circle the temple and keep the spirit alive. But young people have an important role too. Day and night, the whole community ensures that the prayers go on. Prayer, like life, never stops. There's a fundamental purpose to this constant spiritual practice, as the Tibetan spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, observes.
Everyone wants happiness, and everyone, has the right, to be a happy person. The peace of mind, you cannot buy, you cannot create peace of mind through mission or through money. The peace of mind only through your training. So whether educated or uneducated, whether rich or poor, mind is there. So if you know, you see, that potential and take some, say, spend a few minutes looking inside and experiment, eventually that person be a, I think, different person.
Young and old alike in the streets of Dharamsala see prayer as totally entwined with life. For a Buddhist, regular prayer creates harmony in mind and spirit. That in turn can ensure rebirth on a higher plane in the next life. But in this life, it also ensures health. Tibetan medicine springs from a Buddhist understanding of the universe. Yeshe Donnan is a renowned doctor who has been one of the Dalai Lama's physicians. Like other Tibetan doctors, he relies on outward bodily signs, like taking the pulse, of course, but he believes the mind is at the root of all diseases.
The root causes of disease are ignorance, hatred, and desire. According to the Tibetan medicine tradition, there can be 84,000 causes for illness, and accordingly, there are 84,000 treatments. But ignorance, hatred, and desire are the main causes of disease.
When you join the monks at prayer, you hear a sound as old as human wisdom. You see people weaving their own destiny, climbing slowly up a spiritual path towards ever higher planes of consciousness as lifetime succeeds lifetime. But you also observe a group of people creating their own antidote to the ignorance, hatred, and desire which they say are the root causes of disease everywhere on earth. What they know, we could learn. Students like Lamont back in Boston are taking their first steps towards gaining this peace of mind.
When you started, your muscle tension was about 3 microvolts, which is a moderate level of muscle tension. But look at how nicely that dropped over that 10 minutes. In fact, at the end there, you were down to almost no muscle tension at all, so you relaxed very well.
Without all this equipment, right, that I have on me now, it would do the same thing if I was at home, like laying down.
That's exactly right. The same things are happening all the time. We're just measuring for you at this point in time what's happening and showing you what's happening. Chances are the exact same thing occurs when you do it at home.
Programs like the one at Dorchester High School are introducing young people to techniques for coping with stress that could benefit them for the rest of their lives. With the pace of life growing ever faster and the competition for jobs more severe, we need to start teaching coping skills and stress management early in people's lives. We need to help young people learn how to become healthy adults.